All right, this week's tip is on getting your horses focused and also getting their respect. They both go hand in hand. I think a lot of people really discount this part when they're riding their older horses. I'm going to use a 2-year-old today. This colt's only had about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 sessions in the round pen. I'm using him because I'm pretty sure he's not going to be focused to start. Now, what I'm going to show you now is just how I get one's attention, how I start getting them, connected to me and thinking about what I'm doing as far as pressure release goes. With that being said, I do this on my older horses as well. Now, I'm not going to tell you I do this every day because I don't. But, if I've got one that I just feel like I'm just not quite getting through to them, I will take it all the way back down into the frame is what I call it, like with a car, and just double check my foundation and see where my horse is at. And you will find a lot of times the issues you're having on the horse's back, you'll find that they have those same issues down to the ground, that they're not paying attention, and therefore anything that you ask them to do, they're just not as sharp as they should be. So now on those older ones, I'll specifically do this on, say, like a Monday. If I'm going to work them in the round pen, free lunge, don't just mindlessly go out and free lunge. Try to work your horse. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on Nash here, just getting him to pay attention. And again, I'm using a 2-year-old today, but I do this exact same thing on an old horse. Doesn't matter your method of putting pressure. You can use a rope, you can use, a lariat on the ground, if you have a whip, whatever. But what I'm looking at right now, if you look at this colt's body language, we got to become kind of experts in that. You see him shaking his head and he's kind of, bouncing around and doing that kind of stuff. He's just not really that dialed in on me. Now, a little bit of it is that he's just fresh, but either way, I want to get his attention and his respect. And I'm going to do that by putting pressure on him by using this rope. And then when he starts to move away, I'll just back off a little bit. What I want him to understand is A, I'm the one that applies the pressure, and B, I'm the one that takes it away. Now, what I'm watching for now is first I want to get all this playfulness out of him, but then I want to start to see his body soften. I want to see his ears on me, at least his inside ear. I want to see him starting to kind of look in and start kind of, wanting to figure out what it is he's got to do to get me to let up. So initially, the first couple minutes, you're going to need to chase him. If you have one that's a little fresh like this, you need to chase them enough that they know that you're the one making them do it. So that means you've got to kind of wait so they want to slow down on their own. Now you notice now he already is not shaking his head near as much. Wants to break down, that's a good sign. And then I'll just back my pressure off by backing up away from him. I'm watching his body language, and right there, I saw him look in at me for a second, then he looked away. I'm going to let him stand there. As soon as he turns away, like he did right there, I'm just moving forward again. Look at the change in the body position already. See him dropping his neck, starting to relax, starting to kind of understand that, he can't get out of here. And every time he starts having his own thoughts, I push him forward. Now, this colt has a ton of feel, meaning that I don't have to do much and he moves. Some I have to really chase, which I get my cardio at the same time. Doesn't matter, the process is the same. Ooh, good. That's the first step right there. He stopped, he looked in at me, and he's sitting there waiting. Now I'm going to see if I can get him to go the other way. Oh, I love that right there. You see how he turned into me? That's what I want. There, he turned his hip away, or towards me. Moving forward again. Now I love him turning in towards me because he's showing me that respect that I told you that we wanted. Notice I'm not begging him to go forward. But I love that right there. He's starting to drop his neck, and therefore I'm going to back off. Hey, oh, looking at the camera. Remember, this is just a 2-year-old, so he's like a kid. He's inquisitive. Ooh. See what he does? Turned in. Now I'm going to make him keep working. The reason why, he turned in, but you guys saw how aggressive he was about it. Ooh. That's it right there. He turned in, and he stopped moving his feet. big change. So I give him a big change. From where we were at to where we were at now, we're in a whole different place. Now I believe this horse is ready to start learning something. Now, of course, I'm just starting him, so we're gonna get into brushing and saddling and all that good stuff. But if it was an older horse, probably ready to get on. Now your older horse, hopefully he's had this done before, so it's just a refresher. You knock a little of that energy out of him, but then also you're paying attention, you're trying to get that horse focused on you, so when you get on him and you ask him for whatever it is you're asking him to do, they're there with you. So if you find yourself on your older horse, man, that horse just, no matter what I do, he's just not paying attention, his ears are off over here, and I mean, can you get it done on their back? Absolutely. But why not come to the round pen for a minute, take a little bit of that edge off and make it easier for you and the horse. So hopefully that helps you. Just a little tip, a little reminder on how to get the focus and respect out of your horse.